Hello again. Welcome again to Jonae's Gems. This will be season 1, episode 4. And we'll be talking about mental health. The topic of tonight is the shattering consequences of mental health. And as you can see to my side, I have my daughter here.
Hello.
Mariayana. We'll be talking about her journey with mental health illness. You know, the last time she was on here, we was talking about her vision, and she have another challenge that started with her in February 2021, the mental health issues. So, Mariayana, would you like to say something before we get started?
It's been rough, but with all the support I have, my friends and family, it's getting better and better every day.
Okay. Now we're just gonna. I don't really know if this gonna be just one episode or two, but the way things are going now, it may be more than one episode because I had my bullet points ready. And I was going to just try to go through it really, really fast. But I think I'm just going to take my time and do this because there's so many people that are suffering from mental illness at this time. And I just want to be a help and a blessing to the people. We're just going to start from the beginning when this happened to Mariayana. February 5th, 2021, I received a call from Arkansas. My daughter was living in Arkansas, and me and Marcus was living here in California. And when she called me, she said the police was outside of her door and they was trying to take her to jail. So I asked her why, and she said because she had unalived her baby. But Mariayana doesn't have a baby. And I explained to her, what do you mean? Because you're not pregnant. So that's not true. So then I knew something was really wrong. So immediately I thought to myself, my daughter's going to be back to normal. There's something we got to go through right now. And I see that we're going to have to go through this, but I saw her as being herself again. That's what helped me get through this. It's like a movie. I'm telling y'all, it was just like a movie. It was just unbelievable of the things that she was going through, you know, and we're gonna dive in. So what I did, I called her dad and told him what was going on, and he and asked him to go and check on her. And when he went, he said okay. So he went to check on her, and when he went to check on her, he said no police and no one was there. And she was acting strange. She kept saying, the police gonna get her, the police gonna get me. Do you remember any of that, Mariayana?
Yes, I remember. Yes, I remember. I did. I thought the police was after me, and I thought I was expecting, but I wasn't. I thought that I had.
Let me see. Make sure your mic is on. Sorry. Start over. Sorry.
I did. I thought the police were after me for real. I thought I was really expecting a child at the time, but I wasn't. And I thought I had snuck and got an abortion, and somebody found out and they was going to put me in jail. But at the time, I wasn't. And as of right now, I don't have any children. Not yet, anyway, but one day.
Right. So when her daddy went there and he realized that, you know, that wasn't the issue, you know, that something was going on with her. And so I asked him to take her home with him. So he took her home with him. And he said all that night she just acted so strange, and she wanted him to come and lay down in the bed with her because she was afraid. And she just kept talking about a baby, and it was just, you know, and the more I talked to her, you know, I couldn't get any understanding out of her. But it was a yeah, it was a kind of hard thing for me, or the whole family, because Mariana, she's never been this way. She's always been a very good student, graduated top of her class, valedictorian, got her bachelor's in psychology, a minor in creative writing, and and it was just so strange how everything just was playing out. And the next day, she just, do you remember being over there with your dad?
Yeah, the next day it's like everything started repeating again. And he showed back up at the house and he was like, "There's no one outside, Nana. It's okay." And he was like, "Let's get up and so you can get ready to go to work." And I think I did go to work for a while and I ended up leaving again though.
Yeah, and then I think what happened was too. Remember, you went with him and you wouldn't get out of the car. He couldn't get you out of the car.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to get out the car at all. I was scared.
And then I told him, well, why don't you just take her? Just take her to the hospital so they can, evaluate her and see what's going on and what was really happening with her. So when he took her to the hospital, she wouldn't get out the car. She was just screaming and trying to hold on and wouldn't get out the car. And I don't know anybody, if y'all know her dad. He's very country. Well, we all country, but he real country. And he called me. He called me when they were trying to get her out of the car, and he said, "I told that doctor that." He said, "Doctor, she ain't never bowled up to me." And that man said, "Excuse me? She ain't never bowled up to me." I said, "Marcus, I said, you can't be telling them folks bowled up. Them folks don't know what that is. What your country tell? Just say she ain't never she ain't never did that." That was so funny. I just laughed at him. But they finally got her in at the hospital, and when they got her in the hospital, I immediately got me a flight to Arkansas so I can take care of her. And do you remember anything about the first place you went to?
Yeah, I was sleeping a whole lot. And that's what they kept telling my mom. I think it was my mom and dad they were talking to constantly, that I would sleep a lot and I wouldn't participate in any activities. And I was shy because I didn't know no one there. And I was scared at the same time.
Yeah, and then when I finally made it there, when I got there, they let me come to see her. And when I came in and I was waiting on them to bring her out, and it was just like a nightmare. It was just horrible for me because as parents we are there to help our kids to help them out of whatever they're in, but this right here I couldn't fix and I didn't know what to do, so it was just hard for me. It was just a really hard thing for me. And when I made it there, she was like zoned out. Hold on a second. She was zoned out. I mean, when they finally brought out, she was just walking and just like a zombie. She was on so many medications, and they said I couldn't touch her. I said, "What do you mean? I can't hug her?" I said, "I live in California. I come down and check on my baby. You tell me I can't touch her?" And they told me, "No, you can't." And they left out, and they had a guy sitting there helping watch us or whatever. And Mariana had she had matter in her eyes, and I was like, "Nana, do you feel that matter in your eye? I want you to clean your eyes out." And she was just kept doing like this. She was just so medicated that she couldn't even pick up her hand to even clean her eyes out. And I was just And I didn't cry. I was just really strong. I just want her to know, that she's gonna be all right, that we're gonna, she's gonna get out of there. She couldn't get out without me doing power of attorney. So I had to go get a power of attorney for her, so I can be able to handle her affairs. But and then then the guy said, you can hug her. I was like, no, the lady just said I can't. He said, and he turned his head. He said, I didn't see anything. So he let me hug her, and I hugged her so tight, and it was just abundant. And then to leave her in that place like that, that was devastating for me. And before I left, the guy said, get your daughter out of here, because she don't deserve to be here. She don't need to be here. And then by him saying that, it just tore me apart. I was just torn apart. It was just a lot, because Mariana's always been so independent. Even though she was vision impaired, she was still independent. She had her own, her own place, and she was, it was a lot. It was just a lot. So what I did for a month, I stayed in Arkansas for a month to help Mariana, get through this, get her. What I was trying to do was get her stable enough, so she can come to California, and I can get her the doctors that she really needed here. So what let me tell you. Let's talk about the journey, the month. Oh my God. The month that we were there, that I was there, me and my grandson AJ, he helped me with Nana, and all. Family came in and helped when they could. But the thing is, with what was so puzzling to me, like almost a whole year before all this had happened, she kept saying she was pregnant. She kept saying she was pregnant. I said, did you go to the doctor? Did you get a pregnancy test? She got a pregnancy test. She did all of that. She went to the doctor, and they still know, Mama, I know how I feel. I got a baby in me. It's a baby in me, Mom. I know a baby in me. And I was like, Nana, they say you're not pregnant. You're not pregnant, but I know how I feel. So all this was happening. This was just unfold till the mental illness she was going through. And Mariana had a lot of friends. And tell them about your different friends and their families, and how you felt about not having your friends and family and all that. Remember when you would say that all my friends got families, husbands, and you don't.
At the time, I was jealous, and I wanted my own family as well. But like I said at the beginning, I know one day I'll get my own family, and I'm not gonna rush it. And at the time, I was rushing it, and it wasn't my time.
Now with the mental, the mental illness she was dealing with, it had her to think that she was pregnant. That was one of the things that she dealt with, thinking that she was pregnant because she wanted a baby. She wanted a family. She saw her friends having families, and that's part of a lot of things that the people with mental illness deal with. They deal with the fact that other people have things that they don't, and they feel like that they're alone, in which they're not, and they're not alone. They have their family, they have everyone, but they just like climb back in that shell and just think they're by themselves, and they're not. And that's what Mariana was dealing with. And the things that was going on, she kept saying that it was squirrels in her walls, and it was squirrels trying to eat her baby. She kept saying it was squirrels. It was squirrels in the wall. Squirrels. I said, no, Nana, it's not any squirrels. What are you doing? It's not any. It's not any squirrels in here. You okay? No, I'm not, Mama. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Dude, can you remember anything about that? You can talk about that, Nana.
Yeah, I really thought a squirrel was after me, or I thought a family of squirrels were after me, but they weren't. And I thought at the time, like my mom was saying, that I was.
Talk louder. Okay.
I thought at the time that my mom was saying that I thought I was expecting, so I thought that the squirrels were after my baby. And I just really got caught up on the squirrels being after me and in my house. And even when I would want to go to the bathroom, I was scared to go to the bathroom because I assumed there was a squirrel in the bathroom waiting to bite me. And I also, it's like daily activities, I would be scared to do any of them because, like I said, I thought the squirrels were after me. But yeah, that was my whole rest of the way through my mental illness. I assumed squirrels were after me.
Yes, and then she would also go. She would go like 2-3 days with no sleep. Just would not sleep at all. I was like, Nana, you gotta go to sleep. You gotta go to sleep. She was just too afraid to go to sleep. And whenever she did go to sleep, it was because she was just so exhausted and just couldn't take it anymore. And me and AJ, we would be around the clock making sure one of us was awake, so she could not be up by herself. And it was times that she wanted to leave. She kept trying to get out, so we had to put a barricade. We barricaded the door. We put the couch in front of the door so she couldn't get out because she kept trying to leave, kept leaving, trying to leave, and we wouldn't let her leave. And one day, it was snowing. It was snow on the ground, right? We was all asleep. We had fell asleep. And then next thing we know, she jumped over the couch. Remember that?
Yes, I remember. I jumped over the couch and got out the door and ran down the stairs. And Mama couldn't come after me because she had to put on some clothes. So AJ threw his shoes on. He was coming after me. And then by the time they got down to the stairs where I was at, Mama was like, get up these stairs, run back up the stairs like you ran down them. And I just looked at her.
Yeah, and I'm like, I said, get her, AJ, get her. And then I had on pajamas and it was cold. I tried to put on some pants. I said, get her, AJ. So AJ caught her and kept her from going down the other. She went down one flight of steps. She was headed down the other. And then I told AJ, I said, stop, don't let her go. I get down there. Then when I tell you she ran down them stairs. And then I get down there, I was like, Nana, where are you going? You can't go there. It's cold out here. It's snowing. What are you doing? I said, get up them steps. She started going real slow. I said, you run up them steps just like you run down them. You better get your butt up them steps. Boy, I was upset because I didn't know where she was going, what she was doing. Oh, and it was something else. And then it was times also that she wouldn't eat. I had to make her eat. She didn't want to bathe. And when she would bathe, I was like, Nana, did you sure you take a bath? Yes, ma'am. She would. And then when I went in the shower and all, she was just standing, just spaced out, just in one spot. So I had to bathe her, make sure she was good with that. And Mariayana, I'm telling you, she went through something real tough, and I was trying to figure out, Lord, what happened? What happened? What did I miss? What happened? What went on with my baby that she would have to go through all that what she just went through? What happened? and she just, I don't know, she was just not herself, just not herself. She would wake up in the middle of the night. We got videos. We're gonna, we gonna decide which one we're gonna on the next episode, which one we're gonna kind of clip and kind of show you a little clips of what was going on, because I just started recording. Whatever, everything that was going on, I just started recording. We would be sitting up at night, watching TV or something, and she would just wake up and just start talking, just saying all kind of stuff. We didn't know what was going on, and she was just talking and talking and talking and talking. But it was always talking about a baby, though, because she wanted her baby. And I always loved babies. And she kept talking about babies, talking about babies. And one night, she just all of a sudden just started singing church songs, just singing. She just kept going over and over, and she was just singing and singing and singing. And then she asked me to call people, and then I would call people, I could see her trying to come out. I could see her trying to get out of that, get out of that thing. But it was just too much for her. She just couldn't do it by herself. We just prayed, and we had the prayer warriors, and everybody was praying for her, but it was just a pull, and I would call her dad and say, can you please come spend some time with her? I need to get some sleep. I haven't slept in 2 nights. I haven't slept in 3 nights, because she would not sleep. Because she was so afraid. She just would not sleep. And they were giving her medicine to sleep. Nothing helped. When I say nothing, I mean nothing helped. She was just up, just insomnia, 3 days. One time she went almost 4 days, and it was just a lot. It was just a lot, and people don't understand when people going through things like that, what they need somebody there holding their hand. They need somebody loving on them and caring about them, and showing them that, they don't have to be that way. They don't have to go through the things that they're going through, that it's some help. Even though you might have to take medicine, to get better, but, the doctor said they'll take it forever. No, not if God said no. She won't have to take it forever. She just have to, take it when it's time, just to get her leveled out, so she can be better. Her diagnosis was severe depression and psychosis, and then the psychosis come when she didn't get any sleep. She didn't get any sleep, so it was psychosis, where she would see things and hear things, and just have insomnia. It was just that month just turned our whole world around. How you feel? Do you want to say anything about what went on when we was back home? That month that I was there trying to help you, and you didn't like the fact that I was let me fix your glasses. You didn't like the fact that I was selling all your, getting rid of all your stuff, and bringing you with me, and you didn't understand that you wanted to go home. Stay at home. I want to stay here. I said, well, Mariayana, you can't stay here. You need somebody to help take care of you. You remember that? And you was really upset with me. Michael.
Yes, I remember. I was very mad, especially because you gave my couch away. But in time, I didn't get mad anymore, because the stuff that you gave to whoever, I knew they was gonna take care of it. And yeah, that month was looking back. Yeah, that month was tough. Whew. And she's right. They gave me every sleeping medicine they could find, and I would stay up.
Yeah, nothing helped, nothing at all. And I see somebody, Scar Thomas said, "Why are we doing this?" Reason why we are doing this, we are going into the detail and the depth, and Mariana's mental illness because we want to help other people with mental illness. It might be something that we say that can help somebody else that's going through this. That's why we're doing this. Now,
And it's okay that we're doing this because it can help. Ooh, I don't know a lot of people. I know some people that has mental illness too, different kind from me. And my mom's right. You really need someone that's gonna really be there for you and show you. It's all about love. Once you get that person love and show them love and show them you can get better and you can get your independence back, you'll make it.
amen. That's true. That's true. And San Mitch said, how long was she in this train of thought? She was in this from February 2021. Then we moved here.
Wasn't it almost a year or something? Or?
No, but you got better. You start getting better. I'll say like she was like that like 5-6 months, but she started getting better once she came home. So, with me, with her mother. Oh, anyway. And then I'm gonna tell you other things that also Mariana would hear voices. And she said that the voices would tell her to. I asked her, did the voices ask her to harm herself? And she said no, that it was just telling her different things to do and all that. And tell them about the voices. Kind of explaining them how that goes.
So, for me, the voices were familiar voices that were telling me to do day-to-day activities, and they never really told me to harm myself or nobody else, but they were annoying, and I'm happy that I've been getting the help that I need because I don't even hear them anymore.
Amen. And let me tell you kind of what Mariana did when we was on our way. She didn't want to come, so she ended up. We was at the airport. I was trying to get her on through the checkpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, she's trying to get through checkpoint.
And when I passed out?
No, you just fell out.
Oh.
You didn't want to go. So she just fell out. I was like, no. She just fell out on the floor. And then when she fell out, she just fell out. And then everybody came, they brought them the wheelchair, and they like, Mariana. They asked me her name, and I told her, they said, Mariana, are you okay? And then I said, she fine. And that man looked at me like, this woman is crazy. I said, she fine. Just get up in that wheelchair. We going to California. and that man said, what? What'd you do, Nana? Then I looked down on the floor, and you just looking up at me. I was mad at you because you was trying to get them folks to make you stay. You didn't want to go. You didn't want to go to California, did you?
No, I did not.
Boy, that was something else. And also when she was going through her, and then we finally, we made it. We made it to California, and after we made it to California, she wouldn't go in. She would stand at the top of our steps and just look in my room and look in Marcus' room and look. Would never. I tried to. You can't stand at the top of the steps. You're gonna fall and hurt yourself. And she would be there just almost, going to sleep. And I was like, no, come on. And I asked her why, when she got better, why did she not want to come in our bedroom, and tell them why?
I saw black snakes, like the grown black snakes, not the baby ones, the grown ones. It was one on mama bed crawling around and one on big man bed crawling around. And, I was like, oh, ever since then, I never wanted to go to their room, even in the guest. Well, it's still the guest room from time to time. My room slash guest room. I saw one in there too, and I didn't want to go in there. Then I even had a dream. I never told mom and them this,
Oh, Lord.
but when she told me to go take a nap in the room, I went to take a nap. But when I was taking the nap, I had a dream the snake swallowed me whole and ended up spitting me back out.
Oh my God. Mm. Mm. And then one day, you remember the day that you started hitting Big Man,
Yeah.
and then he's like, "What's wrong with you, Water?" And then he come in there. He said, "You demon, you gonna come out my sister?" Well, he grabbed you. He said, "You was shaking you, demon. You gonna come out my sister?" I said, "Oh, Big Man, you can't do it like that, cause she don't understand. You can't do that. You can't do that." He was upset. He said, "My sister ain't never tried to hit me. What is going on?" He was so upset. You know, it is. Whew, yeah, he was really upset. You know, and then the days we didn't know how she was gonna act. You know, we didn't know it was be days she would act like a child, just like a baby. You know, then some days she would act like a teenager. Then some days she would be a grown person, and then some days she would be like when I talked to the doctor, he called it is it called nympho? Her son, when they think something was wrong with him, they say nymphomania, whatever it is. She's like an old person thinking that she had asthma. Mama, you know I got asthma. You know I can't breathe. And then she'll start like she can't breathe. I was like, no, calm down. You know, you have to, because they really think that they have these ailments. So I had to talk her down and teach her how to breathe, you know, tell her how to breathe. Then she would say, you know, I got heart problems, and you know, my kidney's bad. You know, it's just all of this is part of mental illness, because it just have them just all over the place. And in my opinion on mental illness is all of you, you're happy, you're sad, you're angry. It make me think about the hypochondriac. That's what she had. That's it. That's the word. Made me think about the cartoon Inside Out, where all, you know, you got the angry person, you got the happy person, you got the sad person, you got the, you know, all the. I think all of those. What do you call them? All of your
Emotions.
yeah, all of your. Thank you, Nana. All your emotions all over the place, and you just don't know what, you know. It's an imbalance, and you know, scientists or doctors, whatever they say, it's a chemical imbalance. Maybe so, and maybe a chemical imbalance is also, I think it have a lot to do with demonic stuff as well. My opinion. I lived with it and I saw it. That's my opinion. And I what I do, I always would, you know, tell her to pray, listen to, you know, the spiritual things to help pull her out of this, you know, because, you know, Mariana's a real, she's a prayer warrior, so she pray a lot, and I talk to her. I know I'm kind of all over the place, but y'all just give me a little patience. She would what was I saying?
That I was a prayer warrior.
Yeah, you was a prayer warrior, and Bree had me to call one of her aunts that was evangelist, and she spoke with Mariana on the phone, and she felt, you know, after she talked to the lady and she prayed with her, and she told her, you know, you're gonna be delivered, that you're gonna be all right, and she, you know, Mariana, she had to go in the hospital here. She went to the hospital here, so they could really diagnose her and see, you know, what was really going on, and they told me, and then, you know, this medicine, That medicine didn't work. We get to get medicine, that medicine, and then she started getting better. And then she started getting better, and I saw the difference. You know, she was getting better. But the thing is, when they get better, they don't want to take their medicine. They think they fine. They don't need anything else. You know, and you're slowly trying to stop taking your medicine, and that what makes them revert back. You know, and then at one point, at one point she would be in the room laughing and talking. I was like, Nana, who are you talking to? You know, and then that's when they diagnosed her with schizophrenia. And what they call it, schizoaffective. Schizoaffective means you have schizophrenia, plus you have something else, which is psychosis. You have two different things. They'll call it schizoaffective instead of schizophrenia. And she would have times where she would just talk, you know, talk, and just bust out, start laughing. And I always said, you can do whatever you want to do, and what you're doing to my baby is going to be free. I believe that. I know that. I know so well that my baby is going to be free. And y'all see her now. She's doing really good. She's still taking she don't take medicine by mouth anymore. She takes the shots. They give her a shot once a month. She take a shot. She just started that like a couple months ago. But she's doing a lot better. But in between all of this that happened with Mariayana, she would get better. I let her go home with her dad to visit her dad, and she didn't take her medicine, and then she would revert back. And then she had to go to a mental hospital again.
How many of them doggone things I done been to? What, 3, 4?
One.
It was one in Arkansas. It was one here.
No, more than one here. Delmo was the first. Remember Delmo? When you came out with them gray jogging pants, I made you throw them away.
Yeah.
Alhambra.
So yeah, it was 4.
Well, the first one you just went to the hospital here, just
yeah.
to see. So it's like 3. You know, after you left Artist's house, you went to 3. And then and even with what's going on with Mariayana, you had to believe that you were gonna get better, because you kept, each time you went back, you remember when you reverted back, you still came back. Tell me, what do you think that helps you to just keep coming back after they said like the more that happens to you, there is a possibility that you won't come back. Every
It's
time
called
you came
trauma, Mama. The more trauma.
back. But you came back. So what do you had to think in your mind that I'm gonna be all right. I'm coming back. I'm gonna be Mariayana again. You had to be in your mind.
Yeah, it was. And as my mom said, I kept praying and asking God for help and listening to my gospel music and writing, which I've actually stepped back into again. I fell off with writing. I used to journal every day. Now I'm back journaling again, and that's been helping me.
Okay, all right. Now, Mariayana, tell them what else has just been happening to you now that used to happen to you when you was in Atlanta.
Fainting spells. They've been happening again, and the last time I kept having these fainting spells, I moved back to Arkansas. So I'm not sure why these fainting spells are happening again, but I've been going back and forth to different doctors to find out.
Now, another philosophy I have on mental illness is trauma. Trauma is what builds up to mental illness. Things you have went through so much in your life, and just like when that first happened to you, and I didn't know what was going on, so I went in your journals. I went through all your journals because I didn't know what was going on. I was a mama that was afraid, didn't know what had happened to my child. So I went through all your journals and I read what really hurt me that I read is that when you were in school, you would cry every day. You would be crying. And then, and I also read in your journal, you had days like, you was like, I didn't cry that much today. I was all right, and then that made me feel that when I left and went back to Atlanta again and you were in school and you was down with your dad, I felt like I shouldn't have did that. I felt like that kind of pushed you over because you was always used to being with me. Even though you was in college, you was still back and forth and I was there. You could touch me. But when I moved back to Atlanta, you couldn't touch me anymore. And then I think they were just kind of push you over a little bit. That was because I was looking at the dates that was really happening to you, and that was the same time. And when I came back from Atlanta, remember I came back from Atlanta, and you was graduating from Euler, and you was so small. I looked at you. I was like, "What is wrong with you? Why are you so small? What?" And Teresa was like, most kids, they get small, they want to, got little boyfriends or they want to get small. I said, no, something is wrong with my baby. Something is going on. Because when I left you was like a 14, 16. And when I came back, you was a size 8. And I was really upset. And that was the time that you was doing all that crying. Now tell me what was going on with you that you would cry every day at school. What was wrong in college?
I had a lot going on. And I know some people can say to this day, professors still do this. They piled all those assignments on us. And I think at the time I was liking somebody at the time as well, which caused me to cry. And which added on to why I was crying. But it's just, and don't beat yourself up about going to Atlanta, moving to Atlanta again and again and again.
Don't do that.
And again. Don't beat yourself up because you had to grow. You had to live. You had to figure out and find out what career path will work for you, just like I'm doing, still doing. And I was upset with you. I was very upset with you because we had just moved into this nice, beautiful apartment. And she was talking about moving back to Atlanta. Well, she moved. And I was sad because you was gone. I was sad because I wasn't spending as much time with Daddy. But, bless you, I had to realize that he didn't know. And I had to teach him. Like I still had to teach you some stuff as well. But I believe I taught both of y'all what y'all needed to know as far as taking care of your kids, being there for your kids and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. Teachers, y'all, look, I ain't too old to learn. Teach me. And also, Mariayana, I think the first thing that started the problems you having was the divorce. Cause after the divorce, when we moved to Atlanta, that's when you fainting, start fainting and stuff. And I think that was one of the first trauma. What you think?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think that's the first one. And then I think the other one was you me leaving you, which I don't like to say that because I know we have our journey. The first time I went to Atlanta, I had to come back because you wasn't feeling good, and you know, and I was gonna get back with your dad, and but that didn't happen. So I wanted to go back and flip houses. You know what I wanted to do?
Yeah.
I wanted to flip houses, and I'm still gonna flip them houses. I don't care. One way or another, I'm gonna flip me some houses. But anyway, and also I think when a guy I was dating came on to you, I think that's another thing that was traumatizing for you, and it kind of hurt me because you went and told somebody else and didn't tell me, but they told me, and I'm sorry, that you had to deal with that. We really don't know. I can't. What can I say? I can't be responsible for how someone acts or what someone does, because we all grown. We make our own decisions. But I wanted to tell you that I'm so sorry that happened to you, and our relationship was really, really rocky then. Really rocky. We never had problems, but that made it really rocky, and I just want to tell you I'm sorry that happened. But people do things, but karma happens, and they have to suffer the consequences when they do things to people. Do you want to say anything about that?
I remember it was, I think, my sophomore year of college. I was in my room and Mama called my phone and she told me what happened, that person got karma back. And I was like, oh, it was messed up with what happened to that person.
Yeah. And we were sad about that because we don't want anything to happen to anybody, no matter what they do. Go ahead.
And I forgive this person. I don't know if I ever told anybody that, but I do. I forgive that person. And I'm not mad at you, Mama, because you didn't know.
Can you go get him, my son? Yeah, y'all know we still got a baby around here. Go ahead, Nana.
You didn't know. At the time, I was very upset with you, but I was wrong. Because you didn't know that guy would do that. I didn't know that guy would do that. And like I said, I forgive everybody that's ever done me wrong, even this guy. And that was hard for me to say, but it's true. I do. Sometimes it takes me a long time to forgive somebody. And I'm working on that. So that's another thing that was hurtful when I was going through my mental illness, is I would take so long to forgive people. But I'm learning at the age I am now that don't take so long to forgive people. And if you can call them on the phone and tell them you forgive them, call them on the phone and tell them you forgive them. And but yes, at that time, our relationship, it took what, 2 evangelists, 3 evangelists to pray for us. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But we made it.
Yep.
Yeah, we made it. Thank God. And I wanted to kind of tell y'all about something, you know, uh, that I went through. Hassan, look like it's stuck. Hold on, y'all. Hold on a second, y'all. It just stopped. Can y'all hear us? It's still going? Feel like it stopped. Uh-huh. Y'all can still hear us? They said they still can hear us, but it's just frozen.